Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great morning, even though for some of you it's really a morning. Um, Joining me this morning, as always, is the old geezer.
Howdy.
How are you doing this morning?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Try to get
Yeah.
rid of this other one. Um, I just totally blew out my thought. I guess it's a sign of an old man. But anyway, I just about forgot about the show this morning. I was sitting in my blanket. I was sitting in my recliner with my heating pad across my knees, a blanket across my legs, and my cat on top of my blanket. And Sasha had a hearing appointment this morning, so Roberta went with him, and they topped off my cup of coffee before I left, and I was just sitting there zooming, drinking my coffee, enjoying the warmth on my knees, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh crap, I got to get up. I got to make me a mobile video station. Is what I got to do. So anyway, you got a lot going out today.
No. Yesterday was I almost did zero,
Wow.
and I had one sale come in real late on a ball cap, so it was a horrible day of sales yesterday.
Good morning, Mr. Bumcrack. Good morning, Mike. Oh,
Mama said there'd be days like this.
good morning, Mike. Good morning, Lag. Good morning, Vintage. Mr. Sadie. Scan the freedom. Hope all of y'all are having a great morning. Uh, well, I did sell one thing
Well, we tied.
for like 15 plus shipping, I think it was. It was a Christmas ornament. It came in late last night before I went to bed, so I packed it up and Sasha would put it in the mailbox a while ago.
Hmm. Good old Sasha.
Yeah, it's what kids are for, especially if they're still living at home. That was a real sale. Yeah, Mike says that was a real sale.
Yeah, it was a New York Yankees ball cap. So, yay.
You know, I just like quiet time in the morning. And I got up late this morning. Roberta was going to go to this hearing appointment with Sasha, so she went into the work and clocked in and checked her mail and blah 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 blah. And then she came back because she's off this morning, and so I didn't even get out of bed. I think she said I'm gonna run to the office and clock in about 6 o'clock this morning, which she got back and she logged in and was doing stuff. But I just like quiet time in the morning to think about the meaning of life and what I should be doing and what I need to be doing. And apparently, it's not been. I haven't been thinking enough about eBay. But such is life. You got to just do it.
Mm-hmm.
But you had a good week last week, didn't you?
Yeah.
Lag
I,
sold 4K yesterday.
I generally, dang lag. I generally even things out. I don't have any specific goals, but I do want to make money. I mean, that's the point.
Yeah, every once in a while, doing nothing is good. I think I've decided that I want to start a GoFundMe account, a drive, whatever they are called, and the proceeds will be used to track lag down. I'm going to hire some people to just hire to track him down, and then we're all going to fly into wherever he's at and just show up on his doorsteps. His mom better have some breakfast cooked. Good morning, Beth. Hope you're having a great day. Oh no, yeah, you're right here. We're talking about your legit. I'm gonna hire a PI to get pics of you, which we might be able to go over to the My Fans. Is that what it's called?
Hmm.
Go over there and find you over there.
Uh,
Oh,
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. That's it. Um, well, if you're in my yard, how about cut my grass while you're out there? The lawnmower's in the shed out back. Just
There
push
you
the
go.
button on top of it, and it should be ready to go. Uh, I met a reseller. Happened to just meet a reseller, another old retired guy, and he reached out to me yesterday by via email. He might be in here this morning.
Cool.
Oh, his name is Bill Smith, huh? Or John Jones? Yeah, go find me account would be a better thing. So, what you got on your agenda today?
Oh, I got listing to do.
And you got to do your weekly trip to the.
Yep. Got to go torment the Lutherans. I bought that silver flatware yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yep. I gave them 20% off the spot price, so it wasn't cheap. But sterling silver, a whole. It's kind of a weird set. Some of the pieces have like eight eight pieces, and others have 10. So I just have to put it all together.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to get that listed quick and sold because I tied up a bunch of loose money.
We have we have a set. We were trying to do a 12-piece setting on it, and we have some pieces that's got 8, some pieces that's got the 12. So as I find them at a bargain, I buy them and add them to the set. We use them once a year. Once a year, I set the table.
I haven't decided, Sadie. If you already have a set and you just want to add to it, I can see maybe getting a little bit more for it. Yeah, Beth. Josh bought that guy's crazy. He bought a warehouse full of stuff, and like there were also 5 of those storage containers, and he was saying 90% of it is trash. But the guy that owns the warehouse and the storage units are he's paying for the dumpster to get rid of all the old stuff because he just wants it gone.
Oh, so he doesn't. He didn't buy the actual building. He just bought the contents.
Right. But
Uh,
golly, that he said he'd been working on it all week or for a week, and I'm sure he's going to come out like gangbusters in the end. But oh my God, all that work! I mean, you know what a shipping container is? A shipping container holds almost as much as a semi truck, right? So there were like five of those plus a warehouse in the back. You don't know how big the warehouse is, but he had all that to clean out. He said he got a good deal, but yeah, I imagine he's going to pull out some great stuff. But it's a massive buy. There's no way I could even try to do that. Yeah, hope he wears some masks. Yeah, shipping containers 8 by 8 by 40. That holds a lot of stuff. So, oh, Tom, you're muted.
8 by 8 by 40. That
That's that's one storage container, and there were five of those he had to clear out. And I don't know, he didn't say you had any help with it. I guess it was just him. It would take me a week to clear out one storage unit if I had a dumpster sitting there.
dang, that's a lot of work. Because I know what it is. Because I have bought some crappy storage units and it's taken me all morning to clean them. Just get them the unit cleaned out. The next one I buy, if it's in an inside of a, you know, air conditioned heated building, I'm just going to take my 72 hours and I'm gonna clean out everything there.
Yep.
Well, it's taking you a while to do it. Well, I got to take it. I got to take. I'm going through stuff, and then I have to. When I get a truckload of stuff, junk, I have to take it to the dumpster. Because by the time they auction those things off, the guys and gals that I've talked to, they are in a hurry to get those units flipped around. There is a link at the top of the chat, or at least it should be, for the show. If anybody wants to join us,
But Josh is young and strong. He needs to do that kind of work while he's still young enough.
this is Canadian Josh.
Yeah.
Okay. CJ. You know what? There might be a bunch of good stuff buried in there. He's just going to have to dig.
He said he got a good deal, so there must be some good stuff. And I think Josh is a good picker, so if he says it's good stuff, I would have to agree with that.
I don't know how much he lists at a time and whatnot, but he might end up with half a year's worth of good listings, and not have to get out there and hunt for a while, unless he just wants to get out of the office and go hunt. Good morning, Texas. But that's going to be a lot of work, and that's going to be a lot of hurry work too.
He said he was on a time crunch.
He does about 100 to 150 a day.
What? Listings?
Is that what that is, Beth? 100 to 150 per day.
He has before. I think it depends on what you're selling. If you just got uh, a stack of video games, you just do front, back, inside list, front, back, inside
Yeah.
list, and just go.
Or if it's new some new stuff in packaging, all you got to do is hit the four corners of the four sides of the box and write a description. So
But if you're having to do a lot of research and
yeah,
stuff, like also when I did the silver pickup, she handed me 21 watches and I said, you got all my money. I'm broke the rest of today. And she said, that's all right. I want you to take these watches home and do your looking up on them, and then in a month or so, or I said I probably won't be able to buy any more from you until we get back from vacation. She said that's okay. But like this one, this watch was made in 1878. This is made like 2 years after the end of the Civil War. This is old, dude. 150 years old? Is that about right? And it's made out of coin silver. You never see that designation anymore.
what does that mean? They used coins, melted them, and
Well, the same silver
oh,
content as a coin, which
okay,
the coin of the realm at the time is 90% silver dollar. So I figure the case on this is 90% silver. But this watch is so cool. You wind it with a key. See the little key?
yeah,
And the center hole you put the key in, and that sets the time. And the hole off to the side winds the watch. So it's just going to take a ton of research. But just watch after watch after watch here.
have you done any research on them yet?
Yeah, like this one is this is an interesting one. This is called a Dudley Masonic, and it's got a crystal on the back too, so you can see the inside,
Right.
and it's got where the watch is held together. It's got all the ceremonial tools of the Masonic Lodge in there. They got the Bible. They got of course, the G with the Masonic symbol. They've got
Right.
the boot. They've got, I think, pretty much all the Masonic symbols. And if you Google Dudley Masonic 19 jewels watch, you'll see what those sell for. In fact, if you allow me to screen share,
Yeah. Go ahead. You got the screen now.
Share.
Geezer is sharing a screen.
Is it? Let's see.
Here I'm doing it.
Okay, let's see.
What the hell is going on here? Is that where you're at? Okay.
Uh, it's kind of like this one.
Damn, Todd.
See, look at the back of it. It's got the appears Holy Bible, and this is the Masonic symbol. It's got the boot down here.
Right.
It's got the eyeball triangle thing there.
Wow.
So
Todd.
this is that watch in gold, and we go to sold listings. And there is one sold. No, there are several solds. And they range from 3,500 to 4,000 in working condition. This one is not running right now. But these are just cool. Let's look at this one. There you can see the symbols. And that one is also not in gold color. It's in a silver color. But I have no idea what to, once we finish, it's very cool. Once we finish our wheeling and dealing on all these watches, I'm probably going to be broke. But there were some money. Julie, I had a private pick. This lady used to be wealthy. Oh, Sadie's showing me a watch. What is this, Sadie? You need to learn how to take pictures, Sadie. Oh, wait, here's a better one. Oh, a Breitling. Ooh. Swanky. Dang, I bet you paid up for that one. Oh, that's your cousin's watch. Oh. Well. Yeah, alright. Oh, wait, I got a screen capture Sadie's pictures.
Okay. Felix, on vintage Rolex night on the cruise, I tried to get the salesperson, to let me take some pictures and send them to you to tell me if they were worth what they were asking for them. But he said, "I'm sorry, I can't do that." Because I told him I had to send it to my Rolex man to tell me if those were good prices or not. Oh, that's good. I'd like to have a Tag Heuer.
Okay.
So I figured when I was on send it, when I said I was going to send it to a collector dealer, he would kind of back off of that. Yeah, it is a scam. If he had said, "Sure, go ahead and take all the pictures you want. Let me get them out for you," I would have made, I've been clicking some pictures and sending them to you. But when he said, "No, I can't do that," that made me think it's no, maybe this stuff is not legit.
Dang
Todd,
Kathy.
just roughly, what do you think? What do you think it'll cost to buy all those watches?
I don't know. Three of them are 14 karat gold. So I don't know if she knows. She doesn't act like. I mean, she knows they're worth money, but like this one is an old Waltham, uh, 17 jewels in 14 karat white gold. And her dad was a watchmaker seller, and this was his price back then, 345. So I don't know what she's gonna want for these. And I may wind up not buying all of them. Some of them just aren't working and just are in just not worth having unless she sells them to me for like $5 a piece.
He'll end up,
But
y'all know Todd. Todd will end up with all of them.
I don't know. It's like that gold watch. It's got probably at least $500-600 worth of gold on it. I mean, gold's gone up a whole lot since her father was selling.
My aunt was a nurse, and I mean she was my dad's age, so she became a nurse many years ago. She's since passed on, but she was talking about when she was in nursing training. Um, her family got together and bought her a nurse's watch. You know, those are the ones that hang on their dress, and it's upside downwards. And every morning at shift, after she became a nurse, and she was wearing the whites and the little white hat and whatnot, um, when they had the shift change, they all had to set their clock by the clock that was on the wall in their boss's office, the
Hmm.
head nurse's office, so everybody would be on the same time. And before she passed on, I looked at. She still had the watch. It was 14 karat gold. It had all this nursing filigree around it. You know what I mean? Medical symbols and whatnot. It was really pretty. And her daughter got that
Yep.
because her her son doesn't have any children. Will never have any children, and that she wanted to stay in the family, so she gave it to her daughter, who was actually a stepdaughter. But anyway, what is that?
This one's 1970s Omega Seamaster.
Uh huh.
Won't be able to see it with my camera, but I showed this to Al or 24K already. He said they're worth between 400 and 800. But this one is not running, and it's got a cracked crystal. So I have no idea what it would cost to send this to Omega and have them put a new crystal and fix it.
See, now that's the style watch I like, not the black brown band. I don't like brown bands, but that's the style watch I like. Simple and elegant looking, not like these pimp daddy ones that Felix wear, where all the diamonds and
Pimp Daddy.
cubic zirconia is around the outside of it.
Yeah.
Because I have small wrists and
Yeah,
small arms too, so
I did wind it. It's not working.
it's not self winding, is it? And you're supposed to just adjust the time, or
Yeah,
have
I
you
wound
shifted
and
it up?
wound and wound on it, and it's just, yeah, no good. So, yeah, it's pretty jacked, I think. I don't know.
You're just going to have to go do one of those online correspondence school watch repair people classes.
I might send it to like Golden Finger Picker. I know he likes working on old watches. Of course, he gets paid for his work, so. But I'm sure he would be cheaper than sending it to the Omega Service Center.
Good, good morning, Jim and Tara. Even though you come in here with a sarcastic comment, good morning.
Yeah, Sadie needs a pocket watch because his wrists are too small to wear any wristwatch. We have too much fun.
Yeah, at Mr. Sadie's expense. There's a list if anybody wants to join us. Um, Todd, does she still have a lot of stuff, or you don't know?
Um, she said she's got another set of sterling silver that she's keeping, and she said it was the good set.
The good set.
Yeah. Um, and the thing, she is so weird. She tries to live on like $800 a month Social Security. Her house is paid for, and she got an old car, but uh, she's our age. So anyway,
Yeah.
Sadie,
Uh,
does the child and does the little toy in the background come with the watch?
have a good day, Vintage. Thank you for coming in and hanging out with us for a little while. Um, if you when you next time you go to the grocery store or the supermarket or Walmart or whatnot, look around. Look, just glance at how many people are actually wearing watches. People don't wear watches anymore unless they're big, gaudy, and designer ones.
I'm gonna go get some more coffee. Hang on.
Go ahead. And I just don't. I don't have my watch on now, and it's just a good old Timex. But I don't walk around with my phone all the time. And when I was on the cruise ship, I didn't have memory. I mean, I didn't have memory. I didn't have service because I didn't want service. And Roberta had service because her business was paying for it. Her job was paying for it in case they needed her. I just don't walk around with my phone. That's the landline. Yeah, but that's a status thing. That's just bullshit. That's not a watch. I don't want people tracking everything I go. That's why I want just a simple old self-winding watch.
Yeah, I've got I got two good watches. I've got one I bought in Switzerland when we went there, and also kept one that I bought from this lady's mother that I kept. It's a nice gold watch, small wristwatch, very small.
Yeah, can't they sold billions? Yeah, but how many of them are still being of those billions are still being worn? Because my sister-in-law, who is like super obsessed with Apple products, doesn't use hers anymore because the battery runs down on them so fast. I mean, any of these things that are pinging Bluetooth to your phone is burning up battery power, and I just don't. Um, I just don't want to have. Remembering to charge my cell phone is enough. Even though my next phone, I might try an Apple.
Huh. Well, I'll be darned.
Yeah, I'm not the customer because I'm not an Apple product user. Oh, looky here,
I
looky
put
here,
I put the
looky here.
Omega in a bag and it started running. Wow.
Good morning, Tara and
I
Jim, if
thought
you're there.
Jim's here. I thought I'd come harass you for a little bit.
Well, good. How are things up there in the great state of Kentucky?
Oh, all right. Nice spring weather up here.
There were some people who were sitting at our table. They're from Clarksville, Kentucky. Clark
No,
something.
I never heard of it. I mean, maybe it's like out west or something. I don't know.
They're about an hour and a
Clarksville.
half away from the western border.
Yeah, they must be out like far, like out towards land between the lakes or whatever. Wait, yeah, land between the lakes. Maybe out that way, huh?
I guess I don't know. They were real nice folks.
I think that's tornado country. Maybe out towards Paducah.
Pig farmers.
And he
No,
he
just regular people out of
There's
I
a
know
lot
town.
of money
he
though. That's
does
why
have
there's
a
a lot
F-450.
No, I have a F550. Thank you very much.
Um, well, I was just saying, he's a serious truck driver.
Oh boy.
She, she
Well,
thinks
I
a
like,
Ford
honestly, to tell you the truth, I
F-3.
like the 450 better, but that's me. But Jim outvoted me on it.
It's they were nice folks though, and the reason I know they have a 450 is because they drove it to like an hour and a half to the airport to fly to Charleston,
Uh,
and his wife was bitching about the fuel, the diesel fuel, to get them to the airport was just about as much as the flights from Kentucky
oh
to
boy.
Charleston.
Well, it shouldn't be that much, but I think it is like
it's 10 miles
320
to a
a
gallon.
gallon, yeah.
Well,
So
Any diesel, it's gonna be like around 10 miles a gallon.
24K just sent me a picture of his Omega Seamaster.
Mm.
That's a little fancier than the one I have.
That Mason pocket watch was cool. I saw
Yeah,
you
it was.
showing.
Isn't it cool?
Yeah, with the like, it's the symbols and like the gear or workings of the
Yeah, and
pocket
somebody
watch. It's
sold one for like $5,000. I'm like,
those
geez.
Masons, they got a lot of money.
Yeah, one of those watches has a way to map out the secret treasure.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
you use
Jim.
the watch.
No, seriously, Jim knows. He.
Yeah,
Here's his top secret thing. Jim's a Mason.
you gotta do the secret handshake with the hands on the watch.
He was also in the shrine too.
Was he? I
Yeah,
could see
I'm
Jim
not
a
supposed to.
Shriner.
I'm not supposed to tell anybody because he doesn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah,
But anyway,
I more than
Well,
I
I don't
slept
think I don't know, and if anybody is a Shriners, active Shriners or Masons in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong, but it just seems like we had two big, huge Mason Shrine chapters here in Charlotte to sell off this big fancy building they have because they just didn't have the membership to pay for it anymore.
Yeah.
That's a problem. It's the old guys, but the old guys are dying off, and it's hard to get young people
We
involved
when
with
I
it.
got when I got in there and when I was 35, and when I was became a Mason, um, there they did the median age, and I think the
Right.
median age of our lodge was 71 or 72. Out of
Well, you know,
100, it was like 120 guys, and that was the median age was like 70. So I mean, there's a lot of guys in their 90s who, of course, didn't come to meetings anymore. They still got their card, but
right.
I mean, to have an active organization, you got to have people who can show up. We had a chairlift, a lot of guys because our lodge was upstairs, and we would
Show
rent
that
out
again,
the
Todd.
downstairs for like events. But our meeting hall was upstairs, and we had chairlift because half the guys had to use a chairlift because they couldn't climb the stairs.
That's one of Sadie. That's one of
My computer's being stupid. I don't know.
24K's watches. It's a Breitling. No, a Omega Dark Side of the Moon. Very cool watch. I'll give you 1,000 for it. 24K.
But back in the day, my father wasn't a mason or a shrine or anything like that. But I had a couple uncles that were,
Yeah.
and their kids. I mean, it was sort of expected for their sons to join, and kids that I went to high school with when they became old enough to be, join the Masons.
Well, you had Demolay is for like you know, it's I don't want to call it like the Boy Scouts for Masons, but
Right.
Demolay is like your youth organization.
Yeah,
Right.
they
But you
were
can't do that either.
Yeah.
they were members of that, and nowadays there's just no emphasis on that kind of
I
stuff
know they tried
anymore.
when I hooked up with Jim, they tried to suck me into Eastern Star, and I'm like, hell no. I'm not sitting around with a bunch of old ladies.
Cling, cling,
Yeah,
cling,
well, here's the
cling.
deal with Eastern Star. It's for guys also. It's not a ladies only thing. So what happens is the wife goes into it. Well, then the guy's got to be in it. So now you got Shriners, you got Masons, you got Eastern Star. It's like what, and then each one of them has fundraisers and stuff that you got outside stuff you got to do and stuff like that. It's like it's just too much.
Is Yeah, it's when anybody joins any organization, the spouse immediately becomes part of it too, just by
Not me.
marriage
Not
license.
me. No. No, not
Well, I'm talking
me.
about where people are actively involved in it. Uh,
Yeah,
is Rain
Jim was master of the lodge. I was not actively involved in
was he
it.
not? Well,
Three
he should.
times.
That's because he's
I'm a
scared
three
of
times
you.
cross master. I was
Wait,
never a
but that's not what it was.
potentate, but I was a past master.
Is
Dungeon
Rain
Master.
is Rainbow
Mm.
Girl? Is that?
Eastern
That's
Star, I
Eastern
guess.
Star.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. You heard me say something. I admit that I didn't know something. I did not know it was affiliated with
Yeah.
the Masons.
Technically, because I'm Catholic, I'm not supposed to be a Mason.
Well, you can't
Not
be a
that the
mason because you're a
Masons
woman.
care. No, I meant like Eastern Star and that because the Masons don't care, but the Catholics want you being Catholic Knights and stuff like that,
Knights of
and
Columbus.
or Knights of Catholic Catholic Knights is
We used to fight with the Knights of Columbus all the time. We had street brawls. We'd get out our swords.
Oh,
If there was a wet T-shirt night at the Mason Lodge, you'd have the ambulance there because most of those guys would have a coronary. I mean, they were riding the chairlift to lodge. I mean, yeah, they're not gonna.
I did organize a white T-shirt contest at the bar I worked at. So
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
The reason that I know about them closing the Masons Lodge or downsizing the lodge was a friend of mine was like the vice president of the chapter, whatever they call them, the vice grand poobah. And I went over there to help him clean out his office and move it to the new office. And man, those were some swanky digs they have over there because it was built like in the '60s.
Mm.
So the it had like a auditorium that had leather seats in it, and it just smelled like money.
sometimes if Jim had to go to the lodge, to go get something or whatever, I go upstairs. And because they had built theirs in the 60s, they had all this like mid-century modern like furniture and artwork all over the walls. I'd be
Right.
just like, oh, I could take that, and that, and then sell this.
Oh, you got in the back room where they had
Yeah,
the old
they had a
regalia.
lot of
Oh,
like
man.
really old stuff in there, but they also had like their relaxing lounge area was all mid-century modern, bought period.
Right.
We had a safe that was like the size of a minivan, but you weren't allowed to lock it. It says all over, "Do not lock this safe." As a matter of fact, they didn't even want you to shut the door because they got sick of paying the safe cracker to come. Because of course they got to keep the combination secret, so they think of getting locked and nobody could open it. We had a safe at our real estate office. The combination was on a piece of paper that was taped to the door of the safe. So we didn't lock our because there's nothing in there. I mean, what are you gonna steal? It's just paperwork. We didn't have any cash or anything. It was basically to keep the stuff from burning, not really keep somebody from stealing it.
I was watching a YouTube about the combination stuck to the front of the safe. I was watching this YouTube video, and this guy's in prison, and he was a professional thief. He'd break into offices and stuff like that. And he said when he started looking, the first place he looked when he went into an office that had a safe for the password was to pull out. You know how they had those little, like about inch thick shelves that would pull out of these old desks?
Sure, you tape it to the bottom.
They would tape it to the bottom of it, or it would just
Yeah.
be stuck to the top of it with another piece of paper stuck over it. And he said that's where he found passwords to computers and everything else.
If you'd have slid mine open, it had a girly calendar on it
I did.
because I wasn't allowed to have it like out in the open. My old man didn't know about it though. I could slide it out and see what day it was.
But you know what they did? I mean, my dad had a friend that was a Shriner, and when they're doing their big fundraisers, they locked like six of them in a daggum room with telephones and told them they had to raise like $1,000. This would have been in the '70s, so $1,000 was a lot. Uh, they had to raise $1,000 before they could leave, and he would call my dad saying, "Brad, please, I got to go home. I'm tired of these smelly old farts in here." So my dad would contribute. But anyway, yeah, I've seen there's a YouTube channel where they go into old buildings, and there's like down in Texas somewhere there is an old Masons building that the town it's in is trying to save and turn it into like a community center like that. But I mean, there was some swanky deals with stained glass and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe about 30 minutes north of me, up towards Perryville, and there was a Civil War battle in Perryville. Um, there's this. I mean, it's like Southern plantation mansion, antebellum looking, big huge pillars on it,
Yeah,
and it's just sitting there abandoned, and it's in the middle of a cow field now. They just got cows out around it, but it's gonna fall down one day. Which I'm like, oh man, that's a shame because that house saw like Union and Confederate troops marching past it and
right.
stuff. I mean, it is really a cool it's a really neat house. It's too bad.
You know, my
Termites.
I have an acquaintance. He's not really a friend, but we chat every once in a while. He buys, and I know him through buying land. Um, when he buys land, and because a piece I have's got an old barn on it. He said, "Tom, you need to take that barn apart piece by piece." He says, "Because those damn Yankees pay good money for that old wood." And I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." He said that his beachfront house at Myrtle Beach was paid for by two barns he
Yeah.
tore down. Because
Yeah, I don't know if it's as big as it used to be, but yeah, a lot of people are reclaiming that old barnwood and then using it in their house for, trim or mantles or stuff like that.
well
We
they
had a
usually
barn that got stolen from just on the road.
Yeah.
there's the person the persons he was selling to, they use it to make furniture
Oh,
and to repair furniture and that kind of stuff.
yeah.
And because my uncle's got, or my cousin now, he's got a barn, a tobacco barn on his property he inherited from his dad that's made out of cypress. The whole thing is cypress. You try driving a nail into it now, it don't
Oh, yeah.
go. He's talking about swatches. Beth Learn's smoking.
There's some money in swatches if you got the right ones.
Here's some of those vintage ones do all right.
Your kids are your valuables, Anissa. Hopefully, you'll still be around by the time they graduate from high school if you keep having them.
Oh, there's a depressing thought. Oh, will I make it to see my kids graduate high school?
What do they call that box? Is a caboodle?
Oh, yeah, but those don't do as good
Oh.
anymore. Those
For a while,
makeup
their
boxes.
swatches and caboodle makeup boxes were really hot.
Oh, does it? I didn't know that. I've learned something else. And I admit when I don't know something. But I thought Swatch, didn't Swatch used to be have the stupid ass commercials on TV, Swatch watches? Or was that another
Yeah,
brand?
because you used to be able to switch out the bezel and the bands. Remember, you get it in a box. You'd have one timepiece, but then like different colored bezels and bands you could switch around.
When your target customer is a stupid ass person, yeah, you're gonna run stupid ass commercials.
It was like the late '80s. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anybody that sells caboodle jewelry boxes anymore.
But for a while, I'm not nuts.
Well,
About
you can still
4 or 5
sell. They
years ago,
just do. They don't do as good as they used to 4 or 5 years ago. They used to do really
Trapper
good.
Keepers.
Yeah, Trapper Keepers will do
Those
good.
were doing good. And those are cool off a bit too. They're probably dying off if people use them.
My
If
7-year-old
you're old
niece
enough to know what a trapper keeper is, go
has
to
a
the hill.
caboodle,
Mm.
and she told her dad that she wanted a caboodle, box, and it opened up sort of like the
Yeah,
one that
makeup
Todd's
tape.
got, and but
He
it
bought
was
her a dog.
no. Called me up and he said, "Find me a caboodle," and I looked online and I didn't see anything like she wanted, so I had to make a couple of phone calls and 40
You had to
bucks for
call
this
the
damn
Caboodle
thing.
company.
No, I called some
Tom
people.
had his connections at Caboodle, so he could
No,
go get
I
it
called
for
some
her.
people that I know that have novelties. They
Mm.
have novelty antiques at like in Charleston and
Yeah.
Georgetown and places like
I don't
that.
want you to ever say caboodle and antique in the same sentence because caboodles came out when I was in high school.
I
Well,
like
guess
when you call the 800 caboodle line and they're like, "Oh, this line's no longer in service." What? I thought it was lifetime support.
Yeah. I had a caboodle
anyway,
when I was in high school.
they one of the ladies had one and she sent me a picture of it and I sent it to him and he's like, "That's it." So I told her to email him an invoice and with shipping charges and send it directly to him, and he did. His daughter is, like I said, she's 7, but she has champagne taste on a beer pocket allowance. Uh, so he does tell her no, but things like that, he'll get it to her. They're like little suit.
A caboodle is a makeup case.
Yeah.
It's like a plastic makeup case. And it'll have like '80s colors, like a lot of like pastels and stuff like that.
Um, I mean, they were real popular back in the day.
Yeah, they were all the rage.
Actually, Anissa, that is a great way to explain it. Because a girl I dated in high school had one, or something similar to it. And her daddy always said, "Are you gonna?" When they were going someplace, he'd say, "Get your tackle box," because that's what it looked like A yellow one. I don't remember the brand. Help me out here, Jim. The ones that was big plastic. Sometimes they had green bases on them, and they opened up like that caboodle did you just had.
Oh, like a Plano tackle box?
Plano. That's it.
I
That's
was
what
gonna
it was.
say, I don't know. I don't think Jim was wearing makeup when he
No,
was
no,
in his
no. But
20s.
I was talking
He
about the
was
Plano
expert on
tackle
that.
box because he always fished
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Jim is not a fisherman.
I did have a Polaroid of my girlfriend's caboodle.
Okay.
Okay.
I couldn't show it to anybody though. I didn't want to get her in trouble.
Oh God.
Oh God. Just a couple. I graduated from high school in 1976. Thank you, people.
I was 3 years old in
I was 10.
'76.
Kiss my ass. Roberta, when I graduated from high school, Roberta was 9 years old.
Oh boy. Ooh.
Well, I'm a year older than Roberta.
Uh, and people say, "Ooh, she was 9 years old when you was 18." I did not meet her till I was in my 30s, and she was in her 30s. Thank you very
Oh.
much.
I thought maybe your two plantation owner families, got together and arranged a
No,
marriage when
no.
you got older.
Wait. Whoa. Let's
My
do
wife is
Catholic
from the
math here.
mountains. My wife is from the mountains.
Oh.
If she was 9 when we graduated,
Oh.
they weren't both in their 30s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was like 31, and I was 30, and I turned 40 after we got married. So, whatever.
Oh yeah, because she's like
18,
he's 11 years
Oh,
older
okay.
than
Yeah, I
her.
guess you. Okay, yeah, you get here.
So anyhow,
Oh, it wasn't Catholic school math. It was John Denver, man.
we will be married 30 years this year. 30 good years.
Me and Jim will be married 17 years at the end of May.
So 17, 27, 31. So I've been married 31 years, but just not to the same woman.
Just not to the same person.
Damn, Mr. Sadie. You didn't have to say that. That made me feel really old.
Oh, what year did you graduate high school?
83.
Well, Mr. Sadie said he graduated in 85, so you're actually older than him, I think. Yeah.
Well,
Unless he's fibbing.
Well, I guess you'd be calling me Mr. Jim.
That's what I was about to say. Sir,
They call me Mr. Jim.
if y'all going to make fun of how old I am, then I want you it's not Tom, it's Mr. Tom in a southern way.
Mr. Tom?
Yeah.
They do a lot of that Miss Tara.
They do that down, yeah.
We used to do it when I was a kid, though. You call them aunt. Like if your parents are friends with another couple or whatever, that you would call them, instead of saying Mr. So-and-so, you could say Aunt so-and-so or Uncle so-and-so. I don't know why they
that
did
place where I ride, she has little kids, and she'll go ask Miss Tara. I'm like, I don't want to be called Miss Tara. But
Miss
anyway.
Tara.
Miss Tara, go ask Miss Tara. No,
God.
just call me Tara. It's fine.
Oh my God! Look, it's Miss Tara on the hood of the car in the White Snake video.
Yeah, no.
Look,
it's Miss Tara. She has a walker to help get off of the hood of the car.
God, I wish I could change it. Can I do that?
Yeah, Tara was the Tara was
Oh,
the
she broke a hip. She broke a hip getting off the hood of the car.
Tara was that modeled for like trucker mud flaps.
Okay, okay.
Leaning, sitting on her butt with
The
her arms back.
reclining lady, yeah.
You can get her in different sizes now. There's like 3 sizes.
3 sizes of mud flaps?
No, 3 sizes of trucker girl.
Oh. Well, there could be 3 sizes of mud
Svelte,
flaps,
mid-size, and chunky.
Okay, here's the question of the day. Has nothing to do with reselling, since we're way off of that anyway. What do y'all call your mother-in-laws?
Her name?
Their name.
Yeah, I call her. Jim's mother's name is Diane, and if I have to talk to Diane, I call her Diane. I'm not calling her mom. That's weird. Now, I will say
I never did that. No
Jim's brother.
I only got one mother.
Jim's younger brother and Jim's sister-in-law will call like Jim's parents, like the sister-in-law, mom and dad, which I think is totally
And
weird.
my mom and dad hated it.
And when my mom was alive, Jim always called her Karen. He never called her like mom or anything. And he didn't call her Karen because she was a bitch or anything. That was her actual name.
I don't like a kid that doesn't call their parents mom or dad. They call them something else. They would fight their first name or some nickname.
What
or something.
kid calls?
I've heard kids call their dad, like if their dad's name's Bill, hey Bill, you know, and oh man, my mom and dad.
Oh, I never did that. No.
My mother is Mrs. Hucks. That's who she
Oh.
is to all the daughter-in-laws.
There you go.
No, I don't call
Yeah.
her Mrs. Carey. I've always called her
My
Diane. But we're
mother-in-law's
Yankees.
my mother-in-law's Mama.
Well, if I'm talking to now my in-laws are Robert and Betty, which was the name of my first in-laws, also. But anyway, I refer to them as Robert and Betty because they told me to call them Robert and Betty. I started off as Mr. and Mrs. Hall, and they didn't like that. But my mom has always been Mrs. Hucks, and I will if the kids are there and I say something to her, I'll say Grams, such and such. Um, just like when I'm around my in-laws, I say Granny or Poppy.
If you
My dad.
called me Granny, I wouldn't like that.
I call my mom Grandma now, though.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, it's because we're always talking to Brandon. Because here's something I said I'd never do, but ever since when we had a kid, then I started doing it. Like, if you're talking to Brandon, I'd be like, well, go ask Daddy. I'm like, oh my God, when did I start calling Jim Daddy? That's just weird anyway.
I remember that night. It freaked me out.
I don't call Roberta. If I'm in the house by myself with Roberta, I'll say, Roberta, where's the coffee at?
Yeah,
Or something like
I
that.
don't walk around. But when Brandon's around, I have caught myself. I'll be like, "Oh, well, go see if Daddy's got it." Or something.
Well, that's what I do with
I'm
my
like,
kids, and my kids are in the 20s. I'll
yeah,
say,
I still do with
where's
Brandon.
Mama
He's
at?
gonna be 7. He's 16.
Where's Mama at? Or Mama Roberta say, um, ask Daddy to help you. But when we're together, just like on the cruise, I didn't go around calling her Mama.
You didn't go around, Mommy,
Yeah, it was
come
Roberta.
on, Mommy. It's time for my heart medicine, Mommy.
We do that with the pets, though.
Oh, we do. That
The
is
dog walks
creepy.
in the other room and they go, "Oh, what's wrong? Did Daddy yell at you? What's wrong?
Yeah,
Did Mommy yell at you?"
that's getting creepy.
Like we're our pets'
Yeah,
parents or
yeah,
something.
it's
Weird.
creepy.
But
We start telling the dog to go by Daddy.
I don't know. It's just like all my friends, they're grown kids. We're all together somewhere, and they'll say, "Well, your daddy said such and such," or everybody uses the, you know. My younger son, who's a little smart ass when he wants to be, he'll come in and say, "Hey, Dad, where's the old lady?"
Oh boy.
Roberta's usually out in the sunroom, which is connected to the den, and she'll say, "I heard that." He says, I'm
Then
just kidding, Mom."
she swats him in the head for it.
Yeah. You caught you a 5-pound grouper over the weekend? Cool. I had the best steak on this cruise. We've never eaten in the steakhouse, and because Roberta hit pay dirt while we were on it, she decided she was going to splurge, and so we went into the steakhouse, and that was a damn good steak. Well, my younger brother's wife is like 3 months older than he is, so he and Jess says he'll he says I can call her my old lady, and it's the truth.
Oh boy.
Southern humor here.
Mm-hmm.
But good morning, Swamp. I didn't see you come in. I swear I'm gonna have to. They got a doorbell now, so when Jim and Tara popped in, I hear a chime to let me know somebody's in the green room.
High tech.
Yeah. So now I need to get them to put a bell so when somebody new comes into the chat, it chimes.
You have to get one of those like sound machines or something,
Yeah.
Like
What?
you have like a knocking sound or somebody opening the door, like,
Do
oh
one of those
wow, look
pump up
who
air
popped
horns
in.
like they have
Yeah.
at ball games.
Oh, gosh.
You
With a
hate the
whistle
term.
or a clacker.
You hate the term old lady and old man, Anissa? I don't.
Yeah, I don't care for that either. I would never call Jim, hey, where's my old man?
Oh man, I've heard guys call their wives a lot worse than old
Yeah,
lady.
yeah. Sadly, guys, we're diving, and I don't dive anymore because of vertigo, so I just go to the fucking. Yeah, that was what I liked about scuba diving. My brother and my father, they'd go out on a boat and fish all damn day and might catch something. I guarantee you, when I went scuba diving and I was hunting for fish, I came home with a fish.
It might not be the fish you want, but you're gonna get a fish.
Well, it's something that's edible. Um, I was down in the Bahamas years ago when I was young and slender, and with a group of people scuba diving, and we were going to go get dinner. So we were free diving, which means no tanks, and I had a bang stick, and my friend had a spear gun, and this damn shark tried to take our grouper from us, and I wasn't having that, and I just messed up his name, his day when I nine
Oh my
millimeter went through
god!
his head.
You know what I think of you, like scuba diving? Who was that Douglas? Was that a Douglas that was in Sequest or whatever? Remember that
No,
TV?
that's the old man.
What's the
It's the
TV
dude,
show?
the guy from Big Lebowski.
You're
His
talking
Yeah.
about Jonathan something or other.
No, the guy
The
from
boy?
his brother Bridges, Lloyd Bridges.
Lloyd Bridges. Was that
Oh.
Sequest?
Yeah.
He was
Oh
like,
no,
he was-
we had modern scuba equipment. Thank you very much.
Well,
so
now
did-
when you're free diving,
yeah.
Well, we had snorkels and masks and
So
fins.
did Lloyd Bridges. He wore a pair of plum smugglers. He was
Yeah.
ripped and he was down there
sometimes
diving.
you went super free diving. Hey, Lloyd, you bring any bait? Yeah.
Oh, gross.
I liked scuba diving. It was so relaxing. You could just go sit on the bottom and just have a good time, just sitting. You just had to remember to watch your air content. The queen pins? No, haven't seen that tactical. I'm kind of absorbed with Fallout on Prime right at the moment. So we took this train way off the tracks.
Oh, apparently we did.
Todd's watches to God knows what.
To the Masons,
Thomas-
Shriners.
Tom had a brass bell helmet to dive in. Tom's the only survivor of the Hunley.
Hey,
Oh my God! Did you guys see that thing that it's that thing where they do like is it true or not? It's one of those things where they like reenact things like,
Oh yeah.
and there was a thing with the diving bell where the guy would get sucked up into the suit if he lost air pressure in the diving helmet.
Yeah, like, you
So
get
they made a
compressed
meat-
into the helmet.
They made a canvas man and stuffed him with meat and then put it down in the ocean and then turn the air off to see what would happen. And when they brought it up, the entire thing of meat was all shoved up in the helmet. It's in Mythbusters.
Yeah.
It's actually true. If you lost your air pressure in one of those deep sea diving things, your whole body would be shoved up into that helmet.
Can you imagine being the person that figured
It was like a
discovered
toothpaste.
that? But look at like a styrofoam cup. It
It's
would be
like a
like a
toothpaste
shot
tube. It
glass.
squeezes the diving suit shut, and all the meat's got to go somewhere, so it goes up into the helmet.
Ew.
thing
The
about
bone.
it is though, I don't know what episode you're talking about, but I'd like to know what their depth was when they were doing that.
Real deep.
Well, look it up, Tom.
But
It's
you know,
Mythbusters.
but you can only go. A human being can only go so far deep without.
Well, the pressure in the suit is what kept you alive, was because they would, it's canceling out the outside pressure.
Yeah, but like, remember that Cuba Gooding Jr. movie where he was like one of those deep sea diving bell guys, and he'd be walking with the weights? He was like really deep. I mean, he wasn't at the bottom of the deepest point of the ocean, but he was pretty deep.
Yeah, 20,000 league stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
well,
what
see,
league
that's
is,
fake
but it's
too.
pretty deep.
That's fake too.
It's fake.
Yes, me
Cuba
too.
Gooding Jr. is not fake. Thank you very
Let me
much.
tell you
That
what.
movie was based on
Anybody, I don't know
reality.
about anybody else in the chat, but anybody that's certified to scuba dive, when you take your advanced scuba diving thing, you have to do a bunch of damn math on damn pressures and shit like that.
Math? Oh, that would push me right out. I'd be
Uh,
like, that's too much thinking.
No
you can
math.
only go so you can only go so deep without like a diving bell or something like that because
Or
your
those
body
brass
can't.
helmets. That's what those guys are. Right. I mean, you
But
can't go to the bottom. You
but
can't go 5 miles an hour or
your
something.
lungs cannot offset the pressure, even though you're in a vinyl waterproof diving suit. You still got the pressure on the outside of the diving suit, which is compressing what's inside the diving suit. Which, like you said, when you cut off the air, it squishes everybody. But you would probably be
Like that
already
stuff that
dead.
tried to go to the Titanic.
You'd be dead before you even got to the part of squishing because you wouldn't be able to breathe.
Well, that's good. At least you weren't squished alive. That's what I was worried about.
You're like a
All right,
toothpaste tube.
Yeah, I don't
folks, I
want to
got
be
to
turned into
go
toothpaste
torment the
alive.
Lutherans. I'll check
All right.
in. Y'all show up at my show tomorrow.
Yep.
Yep. So,
Yeah, I got to go too.
bye.
I don't
All
know
right,
where
that's
my
it.
wife's at.
That's the end of this conversation.
So, Mr. Sadie, your
Yeah.
daughter's an underwater rescue, and I'm saying good for her, not in a sarcastic way. I'm saying good for her because that is some hard shit to do to get certified.
I did ice rescue, but we didn't go underwater.
I can't even make it to the bottom end of my deep end of my pool. So
Well, that's the way I am now. I'm so damn buoyant. I'd probably have to have 100-pounder weights just to be able to to try to get deeper.
Too quiet.
bye.
Bye. Y'all have a great
Bye,
day,
Tom.
everybody. Thank you for coming in and listening to this nonsense. I really appreciate it. Hit that like button if you like it on the way out. If you didn't like it, still hit the like button.
Oh boy.
Have a great day. Jim and Tara,
All
thank you
right.
for coming in. You're
All
welcome
right. We'll
anytime.
see. I know, but I haven't been around very much lately.
We need
So
to do a nighttime show. So
yeah, it's probably easier.
that way we can just let it go because these people are expecting retail stuff. I mean, they're just reselling
Oh,
stuff.
expecting like educational stuff. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Well,
we can just
don't
go
come here.
wherever.
Don't listen to me to be educated.
Just we at night we can just go wherever we want to go.
Oh, there you go.
All right, bye
right.
guys. Have a great day.
All right. Bye.